Okay, I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm gonna get straight to it. Normally I just wait for a few people to arrive in the chat room, but we gotta talk about today's current events and where the world is heading in the future. Um, you know, right now people are fucking losing their minds, man. Ever since this fucking pandemic started, you know, wars have been breaking out, mass shootings have been happening more often. We had three mass shootings in 1 month, bro. You know, I don't know what the future holds for humanity, but it's really not looking good right now. You know, so I mean, I think that this pandemic has really brought the fucking worst from people, or the worst out of people. You know, so it's like I don't think I don't think like it's gonna get any better until this fucking pandemic is over. And this pandemic is far from over. It's not over, not even by a long shot. We just learning how to live with the pandemic. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And there's a rise on there's a rise on everything, really, not just the pandemic. I mean, there's rises in cases and stuff happening right now because of the summertime. Everybody's out, everybody's doing their thing. You know, everybody's being social with each other and shit like that. There's less people walking around with masks, shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So this pandemic, it will never be over, and I don't think it's ever gonna go away. Like I said, man, before the fucking pandemic, you know, life was different. Nobody was set tripping so much. You see what I'm saying? It's just like I think the isolation is really getting to people. Being isolated, it can you can lose your fucking goddamn mind, bro. You know what I mean? Being isolated, I mean, man, bruh. I mean, we done had so many mass shootings in 1 month. Three, that's a lot. People are just going around just blasting fools. Basically on a fucking suicide mission, and I don't see things getting better anytime soon. I mean, we got inflation popping off. The cost of living is going up because people are more desperate for money, including Uncle Sam. We got wars about to pop off. China and Taiwan are barking again, basically. You know, howling, scratching at the moon. Scratching at the door, howling at the moon. It's getting crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? People are getting more desperate, and people are losing their fucking goddamn minds, bro. And I really blame it on this pandemic. You see what I'm saying? Because before the pandemic, there was no wars, bro. I mean, there's a few, you know, not no real wars, not like Ukraine, and speaking of Ukraine, the tides are slowly changing over to the Russian favor, and I personally think that the longer this war goes on, you know, the more it's going to go into the Russians' favor. Long term, Ukraine is not going to win. You see what I'm saying? Right now they're being heavily outgunned by the Russians, and they're gonna take Donbass, and then they're gonna take other parts of the country. See, the thing is with the Russians, they tried to take the whole entire country right away. Nah, that's not how you do things. You take piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? They tried to take everything, take the whole entire country right away. Nah, you take piece by piece. They started off with Mariupol, and then now they're working on Donbass. So eventually, in the long run, they're gonna lose, and the U.S. basically spent billions of dollars for no fucking reason on a country that didn't have a chance to win. You know what I'm saying? From the get go. Now, short term, yeah, but the long term, I don't think that the Ukrainians are gonna win. Eventually, the fucking you know the Russians are they're they're eventually gonna take over and um, throw in their puppet, whoever they're gonna want to throw in. I don't think that Putin is gonna fucking like back down and he's not gonna give up. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see Ukrainian winning now. Before I thought they had a chance to win, but now that I see that you know the tide is turning or the momentum is playing into the Russians' favor. I mean, I see that eventually the Russians are going to get whatever they want to get. You see what I'm saying? Especially they got a bigger artillery, supplies. They got heavy machinery. You know what I mean? They got all the stuff that they need. They just needed to be more strategic. Because when they first started out, they were sloppy. They got killed off a lot. They lost a lot of fucking soldiers. But they're a bigger, stronger army. Eventually, they were going to fucking get the hang of things. You see what I'm saying? So that's just my thing. Is some people they come around to me talking about, man, you was talking that big shit about Ukraine in the beginning. I was like, yeah, because I didn't think the war was going to last as long. I thought that Putin was going to say, hey, it's over. I give up. You know what I'm saying? But nah, Putin is in it. It seems like he's in it for the long haul. So the longer the war goes, man, it's not going to look good for Ukraine. You know. But back to what I was saying about this pandemic, it has really brought the worst out of people. People are losing their mind because of this isolation. You see what I'm saying? That's why you see a lot of mass shootings, or you've seen a lot of mass shootings recently. I mean, it's bringing more racism out. People are being more racist with each other than ever before. People are being more violent toward each other. You see what I'm saying? People are arming themselves a lot more, you know, because life has been taken away from people in general. Okay, this virus is it's not gonna go away, and that's what's bringing the fucking worst out of people, big time. Think about it, bro. Before the pandemic, there was no wars like what you see right now, bro. I mean, Putin, that motherfucker was isolated for a while, and look what happened to him. You know, look what happened to him. You see what I'm saying? He losing his fucking goddamn mind. You know, he was so paranoid about getting sick that he used to have meetings at big ass tables where he was sitting far away from the other person. That's how paranoid he was, you know, you know, about getting sick. And this is a global pandemic. It's not just the U.S. and man, this shit is all over the place. People are afraid of dying from the virus. That's what's really going on, man. A lot of people ain't, and they're not paying attention to what's really making this shit pop off. It's isolation. Isolation would drive you nuts, man. I find myself sometimes, but feel like I'm about to drive. Sometimes I feel that I'm gonna lose my fucking mind and go crazy because I've been isolated for so long. Before the pandemic, I went out bars and clubs and hung out and shit, man. Everybody did that shit, but ever since the pandemic started, man, I've been scared to go to bars, clubs, you know what I'm saying, and other places that I used to go. I haven't been back to my old stomping ground, Walnut Creek. I haven't been really going out and socializing. You see what I'm saying? So this pandemic has brought the worst out of people in general across the world. And now we have another conflict about to pop off over there with China and Taiwan, and the U.S. is threatening to intervene if Taiwan is attacked, okay, by China. So, and there's some harsh words between the U.S. and China right now, you know, popping off right now. It's getting crazy out here, bro. You know, you know, but not for you say that isolation and introvert can be good thing to certain extent. Yeah, yeah, to a certain extent, yeah, but not for long periods of time. 2 years isolation, 3 years, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You know, without, you know, by nature, humans are social creatures, bro. It's in our genes, in our and it's in our nature to be social. You see what I'm saying? If we're not social, then we become psycho. You see what I'm saying? And some people cannot take isolation. Some people are built different. Some people can. Some people can't. But for the most part, isolation eventually will get to you. If it won't get to you in the first couple of months, it'll get to you 2 or 3 years from now. If if it won't get to you 2 or 3 years from now, it'll get you like 10 years from now. You see what I'm saying? You see how that one guy, what's his name, Frank James, he was isolated for years. Okay, eventually the isolation got to his ass because he went on a mass shooting. It just took him years and years to to get that way. You know what I'm saying? To become psycho. They say he was a loner and he's been alone his whole entire life. Pandemic just said, fuck it, I don't want to live no more. Fuck these people. I'm going out in a blaze of glory. I'm going out shooting people. I'm telling you right now, man, this is what's really going on in the world right now. It's a pandemic. Because I was sitting back thinking, like, man, what the fuck is going on? You feel me? I was like, what's going on in this world? But then I thought back before the pandemic, and I was like, oh, okay, life was different back then. You see what I'm saying? You know, this pandemic is really, really bringing the worst out of people in general. You see what I'm saying? This pandemic has really, really brought the worst out of people. I think that if it wasn't for the pandemic, there will be no, there wouldn't be any wars in Ukraine right now. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that this nigga Putin was isolated for so long, he started losing his mind. Ain't nothing else to do but think about a war. Before the pandemic, everybody's hella busy. Nobody had time to sit down and fucking think about how they gonna fuck somebody up or start a war sometime. It's when the pandemic started, everything slowed the fuck down. So then you had time to think about, wars. I'm telling you, man, it is the pandemic that's bringing a lot of bad things out here, bro. We had mass shooting here in San Jose about 6 months ago, 7 months ago. You see what I'm saying? Where a motherfucker lost his mind and he just started shooting people, bro. Here in San Jose, though. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then there was three mass shootings that happened. Was it this month? Yeah, this month. Talk about gloom and doom. What I'm saying is, it's getting worse. You know what I mean? Like, I'll never be comfortable with going out to bars and clubs again. Cause that's what I did. You know, just like everybody else too. I mean, just it's not the same, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit is not the same. And this shit has affected a lot of people's lives. This pandemic has really affected a lot of people like never ever seen before. And things here out here is going to get worse, man. I don't think the US is going to maintain its power in the world. Let's talk about the US. Things are getting worse in the US. There's inflation, there's the cost of living going up, up, up every single goddamn year. You know, there's people out here just in more poverty. There's more homeless popping off. You know what I'm saying? The gas is fucking still at $6 per gallon. It's insane right now, bro. You know what I mean? And I don't think that things are gonna get better anytime soon. Matter of fact, I think that things are gonna get worse. Not to mention there's food shortage. Okay. Food shortages in a first world country. In a first world country though. You see what I'm saying? And it's just gonna get worse and worse as time goes by, man. We got a baby formula shortage, and then not only that, we got a worker shortage. The U.S. is in trouble, and motherfuckers don't want to admit it, man. They, a lot of stuff they don't want to tell you. You know what I mean? But the U.S. is in trouble, big time, and nobody's scared of the U.S. anymore, man. Russia's not scared of the U.S. China is becoming not scared of the U.S. anymore. The U.S. is losing its power, its grip on the world. Before the U.S., everybody was afraid. Now not no more. Nobody's afraid of the U.S. no more. People are coming out talking how they want to talk. They arguing, you know, talking shit, starting wars. Fuck the U.S. We want this land over here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, the U.S. fucking gave billions of dollars to Ukraine for no fucking reason. Okay, and not only that, but they started off giving them light weapons. Okay, when Ukraine they needed heavy weapons from the get go. You see what I'm saying? You know, the U.S. has made himself look like fools, man, big time. You see what I'm saying? That's why I tell you, man, this country is going down. It is not looking good for the U.S. at all, man. You're no longer number one. The U.S. is no longer number one, man. China has a better economy with it. China's number one in the richest country in the world. It's China. It's no longer the U.S. You know what I'm saying? You know, so inflation, cost of living, everything's going up, up, up. People are losing their minds. People are like just isolated, man, and that's what's bringing the worst out of people, bro. And it's not gonna get any better. Not gonna get any better, man. My fucking phone is. I might have to get a new phone, guys, because I'm losing battery really, really quickly. I can't do long live streams. I wish I could do an extra 30 minutes right now, man, but I can't because my battery's going down really, really quickly. So um, I gotta like do a part two and a part three later on. But you guys have a good day, man. Try to get past this shit, man. You know what? Like, I don't think we're gonna get rid of this pandemic. It's been with us for like a couple of years now, and it has fucking changed my life around for the worse. You know, you know. So and it's made me more afraid of going out talking to people. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just afraid I'm gonna get sick. Still, you guys have a good day, man. Peace out. Take care and bless. I'm out.